In today's video, I'm going to explain to you exactly what Usenet is, how does it work, how you can use it, and how to do every single thing on it. So let's jump into the video. If I say the word Usenet, most of you will probably think of one thing: piracy. Now, what Usenet actually is? Usenet was launched in 1980. It predates the World Wide Web by almost a decade. To explain it simply, it's a distributed network of servers hosting discussion or news groups, if you want to call it like this, organized by topic, where people post text and files that propagate across servers worldwide. Contrast to torrents, no peer swap, no seeding, you're downloading directly from a provider server, which is part of why it's faster and more private. Now, its protocol has zero inherent connection to piracy. Its infrastructure, like cloud storage or FTP, but what people do with it, it varies widely. Think about it, how people are using Google Drive or OneDrive to download from the internet stuff that you shouldn't be able to download free from the internet. This is kind of how people are using Usenet. Now, I'm not going to pretend nobody's using Usenet for infringing content. Some people do. The thing is that this mentality with privacy stuck because early how-to content online focused almost entirely on that one use case, while the legitimate side never got attention. But that's generally a tiny fraction of what this network is used for today, and it undersells what it's actually good at. Now, if you want to have an example of what you can find on Usenet or what you can use it for, think about it like this. You can download open source projects, for example, Linux distros. With most of them, they're actually putting their distros on Usenet because it's faster downloads, way faster than torrents or stuff like this, and it simply works for people. Large database and archive distribution. Academic institutions and archivists have historically used Usenet newsgroup to distribute large public domain datasets and archive. You can also use it for private encrypted backup. Some self-hosters, like myself, because I have my own home server, use Usenet as an offsite encrypted backup layer because of its retention and redundancy across servers. Usenet is still the home of most of the technical, computer savvy hobbies and stuff like this. A forum, think about like the old Reddit, but they're way more over there. On Usenet, you can also find book, films, and music that are explicitly license-free, circulated through Usenet the same way they do on torrent track. Now, why Usenet is actually better than torrents? No swarm, peer, expose. You connect directly to a provider server over SSL, which is inherently more private than exposing your IP to a torrent swarm. Providers keep archives going back over a decade, so all files or discussions are still there. There's no dependency on how many people are seeding the file. If the provider has it, you get full speed. And now let me demonstrate what I actually mean by this. Now, to give you guys an example of the speed what I'm talking about, here we are on the Linux Mint official website, right? And we're going to download it, the latest version, using the torrent client. Now we can double click on it, select where you want to download it, and click OK. And now we're going to open it. How you can see, there are a lot of people who is giving this this file at the moment, and the speed is just going up, 13, 15, and it's just going to go up because there are a lot of people. But we're going to stay here and see how much it will go, what is the maximum speed that it will get. And that's it, it's finished. Now, how you saw, there are a lot of people who's giving this torrent, so of course you're going to get a lot of speed. But if there are less people giving it, you're not going to get, you know, the same speed that you get here. So it's a hit and miss. Now let's try downloading the same Linux Mint using the news hosting. Now this is what I use for my Usenet provider, and to make you understand what is this. Now, to install Usenet, you need a provider, and searching for providers, you can see here the best provider of 2026. I just use Usenet, news hosting. This is the provider I use here. I also have a link in the description. They have a really amazing offer at the moment, 70% off and 3 months for free. But if you don't want to use this one, that's fine. If you don't want to use it, you can click my link and you can help provide the channel. But if not, you can do your own research and check the one that you want to use. Now, Usenet, I don't know why I'm still saying Usenet. Now, news hosting is actually coming with a client. Now, providing that you're going with a different provider, you still have to provide a client, and then you have to provide an NZL indexer. It's something like a Google search for Usenet files. Now keep in mind that a provider doesn't have to have like a client how I have here. They just provide you, but you have to use different clients and different things. Now, there are some indexers for Usenet that they are paid and some that they are free. The difference is that they don't search on your official provider. They just search all over the place, and you have to have your provider. While with this news hosting, they have their own app. I just download it and I'm ready to go straight to the point. And this is why it's actually easier for me. Now we're going to download Linux element here using Usenet, and we're going to download it simply by double clicking, and we're going to see what speed we get. Now once I double click here, pretty sure you will have to ask me for permission because I just installed it on this version of Mac. So how you can see here, I click download and I will have the full speed right here. And how you can see is going up way faster, literally way faster than the torrents. This is the speed that you will get on every single file that you download. It doesn't matter where it is, every single file will get this speed. This is my maximum internet speed. I can't go more than that. It's super easy, super fast to download. There's a big difference in the downloads, and the biggest difference is that you don't need people to see it and stuff like this. Usenet just simply works. It doesn't matter which one you want. If you want another version, let's go by size. Let's search for something size. Here it is. This has 10.6 gigabytes. And if I download it, only, oh, I don't have enough space. Okay, so now we have more space. So let's try to download it again. Click download. And how you can see is downloading and the speed is already going up. So I'm downloading 10.6 gigabits of Linux Mint, all the desktop versions, 10 gigabits, almost 11 in 1 minute and 30 seconds, how you can see over here. We're 91.5, 91.9, 0.8, 92. So this is the difference. I don't rely on other people sharing the item. Usenet would just download, and it's a lot of things that you can download from here faster, which they are free license, open source. This thing is amazing for people who likes to download a lot of stuff. And yeah, again, I'm downloading 10.6 gigabytes in 1 minute, literally. So you get the idea. Usenet is faster, but Usenet is not free because a provider costs money. So this is the difference between Torrents and Usenet. Usenet is not free, but you get higher speed. You get every single thing that you need directly out the box because it's a paid service. While on Torrents, it's a torrent. It's free, but you rely on other people to share it. But yeah, this is kind of how Usenet works. And we're just going to wait here, make sure that this downloads completely, and then we're going to continue with the video. And how you can see, the download was complete. Now all it does in the background is just unzip and stuff like this, if they are zipped and stuff like this, but the download is fully complete. So this is how Usenet actually works. So yeah, this is how Usenet speed compares to a torrent speed. Now let's talk a little bit about providers in more details. Now what a provider is a service where you pay an annual or monthly fee, and then you can use their database to actually download the files that they have there. Now news hosting, which is the one that I use, they have 17 years of old files. That means you can still find old projects that they were completely dead or erased from the internet. You can still find them there and download it. Now when you buy in a provider, how I said earlier, you need to provide more than just, you pay it and you just download and stuff like that. You need an indexer and you need a client like SAB, for example, to download it from Usenet. News hosting for me made it easier to understand it, and trust me, before I made this video, I had no idea how to use Usenet. I have to literally research for, I think it took me more than 2 weeks to research everything, because on YouTube when I was going, I was understanding what they were saying, a lot of explaining, but I have no idea how to use it and what the providers are, how they go and stuff like this. Now this is how it actually works. You need a provider. Think about like if you want it in torrent version, you go on Torrent Bay, you download the torrent, and then the torrent file you put into qBittorrent, and qBittorrent will download it. This is what Usenet is, but it's a paid provider. Now with news hosting, how I said, they do have their own client, search, everything, so you don't have to use every other services, you know, research for all the services like this. And this is the reason why I wanted to go with them. Now, full disclosure, they did contact me and explain to me they have this offer if I want to affiliate with them and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't even know what you are. So I did my own research. I saw what they are. They gave me access to the services so I could compare their services to other services. And I have to admit, I got a little bit lost, especially with the index search, because most of them, they are paid and kind of difficult. In this scenario, I have to pay for a provider, then I have to pay for a search engine, then I have to, well, at least the client to download is free, but I'm paying for two things, and it's kind of, that's too much money at the end of the day. So at the moment, yeah, Usenet is really good because of the speed. Now, it's actually really good for backing up your files and stuff like this, because most of the people, they were just thinking of, how I said in the beginning of the video, piracy. Well, it's not just that. It's one of the most resilient and private networks ever built. So yeah, I hope this video gives you an information about what Usenet is, how you can use it, how it's helping you. If you're doing home servers and stuff like this, how you can use Usenet to do your backups and stuff like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave the comments below. If you don't want to search for some providers, I'll recommend Googling a lot, because different providers have different things. If you want to use news hosting, you can use my link in the description. You're not forced to if you think that I'm making this video just to promote them. No, you're not forced to. If you want to use the link, you can use it. If not, you can just go on their website, newshosting.com, and then you can create your own account there and stuff like this. So you have the freedom to choose. Now, this is, in my words, best words possible, how to explain Usenet. But if you do have questions, leave a comment below. I literally answer on every question on my channel as much as I can. Sometimes YouTube Studio doesn't send me notification on my mobile, so if I reply 2-3 days later, it's because I manually checked to see if I get any reply. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.